Hello and welcome to the Daily Life Uncut Day 35. Now today's video is going to be a little of a rant because I am absolutely furious with Sony and its stupid frickin' consoles. I swear I've never had such a dumb PlayStation in my entire life. Or dumb system for that matter. So what happened was today. So I decided to help out my father because he loved playing the Spyro games and the Crash games and stuff like that on his PlayStation. Well, PlayStation 2 didn't want to work. So I thought, okay, maybe it was the video cord. So I go out, I go to GameStop, I buy the video cord, I plug it in, and the absolute same thing happened. So then I was sitting there thinking, okay, well maybe it's the TV. Now granted, I haven't played the PlayStation or even turned it on for that matter in about a year or so maybe I thought that it might have been just because it was old and the cord started to mess up. So I got all new cords for it and it still did not work. Now I'm sitting here again thinking, okay, well maybe what can I do to fix that? What can I do to fix that? So I looked up online and I looked at a couple things. Well, apparently that if it sits for a little too long, that there's a certain thing around its power that automatically shuts off and doesn't work anymore for some reason. That statement is not exactly word for word as what it said online, but at the same time, there it is. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll let him use my PlayStation 3. I haven't turned it on in 6-7 months, so there's really no point for me to have it in my room if it's just going to sit here and collect dust. If, he's actually willing to want to sit down and play it, that's all more power to him. I'm an Xbox guy, so I sit there and play my Xbox all the time. So if he wants to go ahead and play a game, why not? Let him have the PlayStation. So I go out to the living room, I hook up the PlayStation, didn't work. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I know I just turned it on in my room and it works 100% fine. What's wrong? So with playing with it for a second out there, of course, the video settings didn't want to work. So I had to take it back into my room, hook it back up, change the video settings, go out to the living room, and later on I found out that there was a little bit easier way by hitting and pressing the power off on button for it to beep twice, and then it resets the video settings to the lowest settings possible or to whatever output of video you have into the system. Well, the point wasn't the fact that I actually finally got that, but the point is the frustratingness of having to actually go search for a way to hook up your freaking system to a goddamn TV. Now, I personally have never had this problem with any Xbox, anything Microsoft related. Hell, I haven't even had this problem with a Nintendo. I've always had this problem with the PlayStation or PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, anything like that. I've never seen so much inconsistency from a video game system than anything that Sony has put out. I've always had problems with my PSP. I've always had problems with my PlayStation 2, my PlayStation 3. Hell, I won't even touch a PlayStation 4. Fed up. I will not touch a PlayStation 4. I thought, my dad loves playing the Spyro games. I used to like playing the Spyro games and Crash and, oh god, there's a couple others, but I don't remember right away. He wanted to play a golf game or something like that. All that stuff, he wanted to actually sit down and play because that was something he enjoyed. And that was something I enjoyed. And that is something that we enjoyed together to play. Well, simple enough. Like I said, the PlayStation just wanted to be an asshole. Simple as that. It wanted to be a jerk. It wanted to do things its own way. And when I finally figured it out, everything was fine. Now, the only thing that sucks is now I don't have too many games for my PlayStation 3. And also at the same time, PlayStation 3 isn't backwards compatible. So I can't play anything on it. Now, on the Xbox, the other hand, I still have my 360. That works 100% fine. I've never had nearly as many problems with PlayStation 2 or 3 for that matter. And, when I put it in a game, it works fine. I play it, I beat it, we have fun. all in a good day's work. Now, when I upgraded to the Xbox One, I still have the 360 sitting right behind me, and I figured again, all I have to do is just plug it in and play. Same thing with Nintendo. Hell, the Wii U is backwards compatible for all Wii games. Why couldn't a PlayStation have done that? Why couldn't a PlayStation 3 or even a PlayStation 4 be backwards compatible? It baffles me on exactly why that was not an option, or maybe a extra paid option or something like that. Sony really dropped the ball on that one. Now, I still don't understand why people will still complain that the PlayStation 4 is better than the Xbox One. I don't nearly have as many problems with that. I could hook up any cord to my 360 or my Xbox One, whether it's an AV cable for my 360 or a normal video cable or an S video cable or a digital optical out or an HDMI cord, and the system automatically detects it and actually visually shows it on the screen to possibly change the display settings. With the PlayStation, it's like, nope, you got to go to the original settings before and after. You got to change the settings constantly on that system itself in order for it to be displayed properly. That's just a big hassle. I just absolutely hate the fact of that. And it's pointless. It truly is. Why couldn't they have done the same type of thing that Xbox has? Hell, even the Wii U's done it, and just changed the settings on its own. I could plug a regular Wii AV cable into the back of the Wii U and play it on an older TV like it was nothing. Doesn't even change any video settings. Then I could hook the HDMI cable that came with the system, hook it right back up to the HDMI, to a high-def TV, and it works perfectly fine. No system, no settings that I have to change, anything like that. Plays the game like it was nothing. Why couldn't Sony done that? If Xbox and Microsoft and the Nintendo Wii and the Wii U, all of them, two different companies, can do that exact same thing, why couldn't Sony? Why does Sony have to be a pain in my ass? That's why I refuse to buy anything else Sony. I refuse to buy any new systems. I refuse to even replace the systems that are broken that my father likes. Now, if he wants to, he's more than happy to go replace it himself and spend that money. But I will not drop another dime on a Sony PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, anything like that. I will not drop another dime into these systems, because it is absolutely stupid for these systems to not have a normal function. Simple as that. Like, I thought that maybe back into, the early 90s when Sony contacted people at Nintendo to create a system with scratch that whole thing. When Nintendo contacted Sony to create a disc-based system, and after the project got along and Sony took the idea for its own and put out the PlayStation, you would think that they would be able to do, they would continue to try to be the best at something, or they would continue to try to strive for what is the best. Well, apparently not, because they suck so bad because they can't get their systems in check. And don't even get me started on the system updates. Like, I can't believe I turned on my PlayStation after a month, and that had so many different updates that I had to do with different apps, different games, different settings. The system itself had to update. Like, all these things, it took over an hour just to update the entire freaking system. Like, come on, Sony. You can't just, make it a little bit simpler. Like, you have to make this big, giant, complex thing for it to be freaking updated. It's a joke. It truly is. With Xbox, it takes a matter of maybe 5 minutes at the most. And you can't even say that, Xbox takes longer to download a game. Not really. It's easier to download a game on an Xbox than it is to download a game on the PlayStation. The PlayStation has so much longer load times, so much longer menu load times and options and so many things that are not necessary to the play or the game or the system itself. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I promote Xbox all the way. I'm not sponsored by them, but hell, I wish I was. Because I tell you even how much better Xbox is. Like all the games that they're coming out with, all the exclusives, all the things that make Xbox worthwhile. You know, at least we can cross video game chat. At least our online doesn't go down every 5 seconds. You know, what else? Oh, we can actually play Xbox games on the 360. The Xbox One has better display of games. Like, the list goes on and on about how much better Xbox is versus PlayStation. Now, I know that today's rant has been a little bit long, and I do apologize for that. If you sat through this whole video, thank you very much. Congratulations, you made it to the end. But I just had to get that off my chest. Like, there was just no way that I could not sit by another second and not video document something like that, because that was what happened for the most of my day. Like, the only thing else that came out of this day that made it any better is the fact that I got a drink and some food a little bit ago. That's the only other good thing that came out of the day. Had a trip to go get food, and that's about it. Other than having to deal with the stupid PlayStation and the stupid systems that they like to put out. Other than that, pretty good day. Now I'm going to kick back and relax and play, you know, the superior system sitting here behind me. That's right, the Xbox One. You know, all day, every day. I'm about to put up some Call of Duty. Maybe some GTA. Who knows? At least I could play a game without it freaking crashing or giving me a different video option to input into the system. Yeah, that's right. So, I'm going to start this right now. I'm going to put the same thing up on Twitter. You know, hashtag boycott Sony for dumb systems. Simple as that. It's a long hashtag, but that's what I'm going to put up. Hashtag Sony's dumb, or boycott Sony for stupid systems or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. By the way, you know, follow me on Twitter at DailyLifeUncut. I'm about to set up a Instagram, a Snapchat, a Facebook for it, and that's pretty much it. I've already got a Twitter, so I'm a quarter or a fifth of the way there, something like that. Either way, so thank you for sitting through today's long video. It's 13 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I still think that it's doable to get to 100 subscribers, so let's make it happen. And thank you for watching today's video, and as always, this is my journey.